light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated, sucker free, we got the seats heated, let's face it, you bout to get a beat down, less talking, let's take it to the streets now, ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight, touchdown on sight, yeah, turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin', go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got all night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? It's your boy Dave in the 702 coming back at you for a Thursday night tailgate talk, NFL Week 12. I just got a little text message from Philly Irish Drew Evil. Will be joining us shortly. His computer is updating. It's always that thing with PC laptops, right? You like need to do something right away, and all of a sudden it decides that Microsoft wants to do some updates, right? Anyways, I got the Amazon Prime device right in front of me as I watched the Buffalo Bills, who had an incredible game last week. Josh Allen had 5 or 6 touchdowns? Let me know in the chat if you know the exact number. He had a ridiculous game. The week before that, the Bills Mafia got spanked, got embarrassed. Embarrassing is an understatement when they got destroyed by the Dolphins. And here they are having a really tough time against backup quarterback Davis Mills. Shout out to Davis Mills, guys. If you guys don't know, he's been with the Texans as their backup quarterback since 2021. He is a Stanford University graduate. He's all brains too, man. Just like 49ers McCaffrey, they're both Stanford graduates. He's doing a fantastic job behind that incredible number 1 ranked defense in terms of points and yards. When the 49ers lost to the Texans and couldn't do anything, that's aging really well this year. In fact, all of this, my team, the San Francisco 49ers losses are aging quite well. The Texans' number 1 defense, they look like they might be, a playoff team, actually. It looks like they could win this game, but we're in the 4th quarter. We got a few minutes left. Anything could happen. Can Josh Allen mount a comeback? The Texans do have the home field advantage. They look at 23-19 Buffalo Bills. 3 minutes left to go. Shout out to Donuts is in the building. Shout out to 702 Man Cave. Shout out to Big Spooky. Again, Drew Evil will be with me shortly, and we're going to do our NFL Week 12 picks. This game is almost coming to an end. Anything could happen. I appreciate everybody that was playing the game last week in the chat. We're doing this thing. It's a contest. If you've been since week 9, you do have an opportunity to win a $100 gift card. I'm going to tally up the winner in the chat of who has the most correct picks from week 9 right up to the Christmas games. If you are that winner, you will get a $100 gift card. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram and send me an email. If you're the winner, I'll announce it and we'll send you that Amazon gift card. Best of luck to everybody out there. If you did not catch my show today with 702 Man Cave, go back and give it a thumbs up. Help us out, man. I would really appreciate that. There is something back there that's brand new. It's hard to see, but there's a third boxing glove right there. I'm going to try to point right there. There it is. That little Everlast glove right there. If you're a fan of boxing this weekend, Las Vegas's very own Devin the Dream Haney looks to become a 3-time world champion, which, we did our little prediction show earlier today at Man Cave Studios. And Vince was kind enough to gift the channel that. That is an autographed Devin Haney glove. Even if you're not a fan of boxing, we're going to figure out how you could win that. He might win. Right now, DraftKings.com has Devin Haney, the Dream, as tied, basically as a draw. I think they were both negative 115. Some of y'all think, some of the hardcore boxing fans think he could pull off a perfect shutout, as they say, and box his way to a 3rd division world championship in boxing. Some of y'all think that Norman's going to knock him out the way Ryan Garcia knocked him out. So while I wait for Drew and we wait for this game to get done here, again, Buffalo Bills are losing 19-23. They're trying to make a comeback. Let me just see really quickly. I got some boxing and some football news right here. Tyreek Hill. I think he might have the most baby mamas and babies in all of active NFL roster. This dude is a baby-making machine. He is a breeder. Well, you know, he had a season-ending injury that was absolutely brutal. Who knows if he'll ever play again to the level that he broke that lower ankle, just snapped it. Who knows if he'll ever be as good? But look, he has a new job. Let's pick up the phone here on Drew really quickly. Shout out Philly Irish Drew Evo. Drew, good to have you on the show, man. Tailgate Talk. NFL Week 12. I was just telling the audience, okay, the game's underway here. Buffalo Bills, Texans. I was just telling people, Tyreek Hill, you know, he got like 9 babies or something, 10 babies, right? Maybe something like that. And last week, shout out to Donuts, because he let me know that Cardi B had her baby with Stephon Diggs. But Tyreek Hill announced today that he's going to be going on tour as soon as he heals as an EDM DJ, electronic dance music. But he could be, he's got so much star power that he could end up in Las Vegas as a headlining DJ at Encore Beach Club. I don't know, at any of the beach clubs in Las Vegas, guys. What do you guys think about that? It's a shock to me. First of all, specifically, he mentioned he's a house music DJ, which is a huge shock to me, guys. That's what I do on my channel. You guys know I used to make house music, produce it and whatnot. And he says he's going to play house music, which is what Shaquille O'Neal does at some of the biggest dance music festivals in the world. He's a DJ. He goes by DJ Diesel. And Shaquille O'Neal somehow went from, Hall of Fame NBA player to EDM DJ. So I look forward to see what Tyreek Hill can do. While Drew steps away from this, let me show you guys this. But another guy who had a season-ending horrific injury is Cam Skatibo. I've talked about him a lot. He's a rookie that I enjoyed watching this year. Well, he's been chilling at home because he needs to recover, and he hasn't been doing too well. So let me show you what he's been up to. We talked about it earlier today on today's earlier show. But Cam Skatibo is now live streaming on Twitch, and he got his first 1,000 subscribers. And I guess he promised to the audience that he would do something crazy. So check out what he did to celebrate 1,000 subscribers on his Twitch channel.
Wait, this might be too much liquid for my shoe. All right, that's too much.
Mark, he's just whatever Gen Z streamer would be doing right now. That's his dirty cleat, and I guess he guzzled the entire thing. That's something I would do. I mean, yeah, 1,000 subscribers right there. That's his 1,000 subscriber party. Shout out to Skatibo, New York Giants, who's also nursing, he had a horrific injury. As Drew comes back, 23-19, Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime. Again, I was talking about the little game we're playing for the $100 gift card last week. It was kind of quiet in here tonight, but if you're listening to the show on replay, get your picks in. Vince and Crypto Hippie NFT were the big winners with 11 wins apiece. All right, good to have you back, Drew. I'm just filling in time. Drew, did you see Cam Skatibo? He got 1,000 subscriber watch party on Twitch. Did you see what he did to celebrate?
Nah, I didn't watch.
All right, well, yeah, I just showed him. He drank for 1,000 subscribers on Twitch. He been doing a lot of Twitch lately since he's been home with that injury. He shattered his ankle too. He drank an alcoholic beverage. He poured it into his dirty cleats, and then he drank it right out of his cleats. I thought that was pretty funny. Let's talk about defenses really quick, Drew, because I got to tell you, this Texans team, despite not having their CJ Stroud, under Davis Mills, who played all his college football at Stanford, they're doing a really good job. They sacked Josh Allen 5 or 6 times today, right? I'm looking at this game. They are the number 1 defense in terms of yards allowed and points. They could be an AFC playoff team with that defense alone. I think they're going to pick up this win.
Yeah, look at it like this. Texans are the number one ranked defense in the league. They only give up like 252 yards a game in total defense. So if we're looking at it, that's what, like that's what kept them in a lot of games. And surprise, the offensive line, they got offensive line issues, the Texans. That's the main issue of the Texans. They got offensive line issues. And the health of C.J. Stroud is another issue. So, I think they could have I think they should have explored the wide receiver market. I know I think they'll be in the running for like George Pickett next year.
You're not talking about Dallas Cowboys Pickens, are you?
Yeah.
Did you hear, Drew? I didn't get I don't know if you got a chance to hear this, but Monday night, Las Vegas Raiders. It's Monday, right? They played the Dallas Cowboys here in Las Vegas. That same morning, it was reported that Lamb and Pickens were at a local casino at 7:30 in the morning, and that Lamb was throwing up. So they were benched for the first drive, right, of the game. But today, Lamb says, nah, everything was true except the vomiting part. He says, I know how to drink. They were gambling till 7:30 in the morning, bro. That's pretty insane. They stayed up all night. They were at the Red Rock Casino, which is a great casino in Summerlin, guys. It's stunning. If you've never been there, you come to Vegas, you got to stop at Red Rock Casino in Summerlin. I love it, Drew. 7:30 in the morning. Now, in the last drive, was it the last play of the game? Lamb was the only receiver out there, and he had a drop pass that was extremely suspicious to me. And somebody had sent me a video that the over-under was 48.5 points, and he just mysteriously dropped the ball. I'm like, if you're gonna gamble on the game, that's exactly what people are getting caught doing. Not only in baseball, basketball. It's like, okay, here's a drop pass. I had my home girl with me, or lay that bet for me at the sports book, and I'm gonna make sure it doesn't go over 48.5 points. It's awfully suspicious. I'm sure it, whatever, it was brought to my attention. I'm like, how'd you drop a perfect pass, man? When he had a really good game, regardless of that. But anyhow, this game is coming down to 51 seconds. There's a flag on the play, 23-19. They just declined. Who's going to win this game, Drew?
Texans are going to win this game. Here's the thing. The main issue with Buffalo, there's two of them. Josh Allen tries to play too much hero ball, and Buffalo's defense isn't good at all.
Yeah, they're really hit or miss. They're really hit or miss. There's really not that much time. I'm curious. The fourth and 27? Is that right?
I wouldn't call it hit or miss. Like, their defense is horrendous. Like, this is like the worst defense Buffalo's had since Josh Allen played for Buffalo. And you gotta realize Sean McDermott is a defensive-minded coach.
Oh, shoot, Drew. Hold up. They just got the first down. They just did an incredible trick play. Josh Allen just threw for a ton of yards. And then that receiver tossed the ball to somebody else. A backward motion. And now they're in field goal position. But they got the first down.
That doesn't do nothing. They got to have a touchdown.
They got to have a touchdown.
Like, if we look at it, let's see. Like, total yards, 317. Texans, 262. Like, Texans' offense really isn't that good. I think they should have addressed the wide receiver. They should address I think the moves are, you're going to have to, in the offseason, you're going to have to address the offensive line, first and foremost. Second, you're going to have to get another wide receiver. Nico Collins, he's been hurt and everything. And you have to address the offensive line to protect C.J. Stroud and everything, because you're in a division every year that you don't know. You ain't gonna have a clear cut. You don't have. Oh, this is definitely a clear cut winner and everything. Nobody thought that the Indianapolis coach were going to be 8-2.
Yeah, I definitely did. I definitely did it.
Like,
or the Broncos are having an incredible season too.
A lot of people had the Indianapolis coach win 6 games this year.
They definitely are a big surprise. Hey, I appreciate everybody that's hitting the like. Salute to SB, Big Spooky again, F Donuts, 702 Man Cave. Let's get this one out here. I know it's F1 weekend, but it's feeling really slow in here. Drew, they almost got a touchdown, but that's a drop ball. Can the Buffalo Bills win this are they going to win this at the last second? 35 seconds to go. Oh, that was a good pass. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get his second foot in bounds. It's not that he dropped it. There's that picture, guys. CeeDee Lamb, who was playing here in Las Vegas, denies throwing up in a Vegas casino. He says, nope, it didn't happen. I was drinking, but I didn't throw up. I got some really interesting boxing news for this weekend, Drew. I got to get it out, but this game is not done. It looks like Josh Allen might be a hero or not. It's really coming down to the wire. So let me run this by you, Drew. If you guys are a fan of boxing, you know that's what we do primarily here on this channel, guys. 140-pound champion Subriel Matias, Drew. Did you hear what happened?
Top 30.
Yeah, let me get a picture of him, guys. He is the Puerto Rican 2-time 140-pound champion. He recently won his title again. This is very disturbing. He is the WBC champion. WBC 140-pound champion. He was going to have his big matchup, another big one. But he popped dirty against Dalton Smith. Is that who he popped dirty against? Yeah. He looked phenomenal in that fight. The picture you see here, guys, why it's really alarming and shocking and why we have a serious PED issue in the sport of boxing is the fact that he was busted. VADA. You can't blame Victor Conti now. Victor Conti passed away a few weeks ago. Rest in peace. He passed away to cancer, but VADA detected that he had Ostarine in his system, which is the same PED that Ryan Garcia had when he destroyed Devin Haney. Now, this gentleman on the left, Drew, this is Dadashev. In 2019, Subriel Matias fought him, Dadashev, and Dadashev died. Rest in peace to him. He died as a result of brain injury from that fight. So Subriel Matias is one of those active fighters right now who sadly has a death in his column as a result of fighting him. And when he comes up testing dirty for Ostarine in a performance where he looked like his old self, an absolute beast, well, it makes you question, was he on Ostarine in 2019? What PEDs was he on in 2019? Where this young man on the left passed away tragically from fighting him. It's very disturbing. The WBC did what, Drew, with Ryan Garcia? They reinstated him fully.
I'm gonna say something, and boxing is officially dead in America. It is what it is. It's dead in America. Too much corruption in it. The WBC is one of the main culprits. Sumov is one of the main culprits. You're no good for boxing. And now you have Zaffer, Dana White and them stepping in, and you would think that you would want to try to become more legit and everything, and you doing the same bullshit that actually got the decline started. Like, Texans just got an interception, game's over.
Was there a flag on the play?
There was a false start on the Buffalo.
All right. I guess that's it. So Texans get the ball back. Game's over.
So if you look at it, it's a joke. Like, let's look at it like this. You have all these components that has single-handedly killed this sport in America.
Well, cheating is definitely one of them, Drew.
Yeah, it's just not one thing that killed this sport. In America. It's not just one thing. It's a combination of many things. And then you will think that, hey, this sport is dying, and let's all team up. Let's be legit. Let's make this right to the fans and keep the sport going, because we make most of the money in America. And they do the opposite. And I'm talking about, like, Sumov. He not only reinstates Ryan Garcia. Okay. I had no problem with that. But you award him a title shot at your welterweight champion after coming off a one-sided, embarrassing loss to somebody that he should have knocked out inside 5 rounds. That wasn't really that good of a fighter in Wally. Nothing against him. He's gotten better now. He came up. He's actually taking it seriously. And you reward Ryan Garcia with a title shot, but you don't want to. Why about Wally? Why about unification? Like, if you were going to do that, why are you not giving Wally that shot at unifying your title? You know,
it's very weird.
And then here's another thing. Let's bring up some more shit. Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz. They'll do the fight. You know what the PBC wants to do?
What's that?
They want to have it on pay-per-view for $75.
Well, I know that, but this news about Subriel Matias, guys, and bear with us. We're going to get to our football picks. If you're here for that, hang on. We're going to get to that, and you get a chance to be interactive with us. But Drew, if the WBC strips his title, which is the right thing to do, then Isaac Cruz, Pitbull Cruz, becomes the champion, the WBC champion again. He would become a 2-time 140-pound champion, because he lost. He won the belt and then he lost it to Rayo Valenzuela. He would be instated as the interim champion, as the full champion, and Lamont Roach, who's fighting Pitbull Cruz in December, could be eligible to become a world title holder himself at 140. It's crazy. We're gonna follow that. But Drew, you mentioned something this morning. It's official. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it, but Ryan Garcia, I'll play it right here. Ryan Garcia says he signed his contract this morning.
Here I go.
Oh, look at my bad internet.
I'm going to be fighting for the real WBC championship belt against Mario Barrios, February 21st. Get ready.
There it is, guys. It was posted on his social media. Mario Barrios did not comment. I think Dan Redfield said, hold up. I don't believe it's actually true, but everyone else is acknowledging that it's a done deal. Mario Barrios will be defending his WBC title against Ryan Garcia, who's coming off a loss. He's coming off a suspension.
Hold on. I got to do this. WBC boxing. 147. Gotta do it real quick. I gotta do it. Is it wrong for me to do it? No.
So I have no idea what you're doing.
I'm actually going to look up the rankings of the WBC and everything. And 1 second. Well, I'm going to go look up the WBC rankings real quick. In 147, which is welterweight. So let's go down real quick. I'm on boxingscene.com. No, it's a shame nobody can see this and everything. We're going to figure that out eventually. And let me go out real quick. I just want to do this real quick because I think people. Okay, so Mario Barrios is the champion at 147 for WBC. Who is the number one ranked in that division at WBC?
I have no idea. I'm not looking at it. Who is it, Drew?
Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
And then you got Inmin Siko, whatever. I do not know the fuck. I cannot pronounce this guy's name.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of the motherfucker. So here's the thing. Ryan Garcia doesn't even break the top 15. So let me ask you something, Dave.
Really?
Let me ask you something. In order to receive a title match, you have to be ranked inside the top 15, correct?
Yeah, you do.
How is he getting a title shot and he's not ranked in the top 15?
Drew, I found the list. Okay, very interesting. Manny Pacquiao, Souleymane Sissoko of France, never seen him fight. Raul Curiel is going to be having a rematch. He's ranked number 3. Conor Benn has not fought at welterweight in years. Kavaliauskas, he fought Terrence Crawford years back. I didn't know he was still fighting. You have an African fighter from South Africa, Tulani Mbengi, is ranked number 6. Jack Catterall is legit. In fact, he had an impressive performance this weekend. Stanionis is on there. Rohan Polanco, very strong fighter. Could be a future star. Liam Paro just moved up from 140 pounds. Abel Ramos, number 11. Drew, he is, like you said, he's not on the list.
That guy, here's the thing. The guy after Pacquiao is 18-0. He's from Paris, France. 34 years old, 18-0. 9 wins by knockout. Now, so here's the thing. And I'm going to tag Ulysses Suamov in this, and I want his opinion, and I want an answer, and I want a clear answer, because technically he's going against the guidelines of giving a title shot to a guy that's not even is not even ranked in the top 15.
You know what else, Drew? You know what else? The WBC has a clean boxing program. That's what they're known for. It's modeled after VADA's clean program. All boxers rated, it's right here on their website, rated within the top 15 are required to register with the WBC clean boxing program for 24/7 annual testing. This is how Ryan, he went through the cracks. He fell through the cracks and was able to, even though he was tested in that Haney fight quite often before. I mean, I don't know if he was even ranked top 15 in the WBC at 140. Nonetheless, Drew, you made a good point, man. It doesn't make any sense other than money talks. Money talks. And that's why he's going to get to fight Mario Barrios and maybe even win.
The fight he should not be fighting for that title. He's not a top 15 fighter.
Well,
and he can't. And Sumov has to answer for that, because if you're giving someone that's not even ranked in the top 15 in welterweight, period, how is he receiving a title shot?
Man, you're onto it, Drew. You're onto it.
This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm actually going to.
You're going to tweet it right now?
I'm going to go tweet it. And I'm gonna and I want to ask this dude. I want a legitimate fucking answer about how the fuck does Ryan Garcia get a fucking title shot, and he's not even fucking ranked in the top 15.
Well, I already put up our bet sheet here. We're 30 minutes in. I'm sure people are ready to do our picks. While you do that tweet, I'm gonna get this going, Drew, for our picks. For Sunday's picks. If you're here and you want to play along, drop your team as we go through the DraftKings odds here and drop your predictions here. Let's start off with the Steelers versus the Bears. Steelers versus the Bears, Drew. Why you do that? Plus 124 underdog for Aaron Rodgers, and the Chicago Bears they look like they're going to make the playoffs. They are the favorite here, negative 148. The spread is plus 2.5 for Steelers, negative 2.5 for the Bears. Over, under 48.5 points. My bad, 45.5 points. I'm going to tell you right now, man, I like the way the Bears have been playing, especially since they got rid of former San Francisco 49ers kicker Jake Moody. I am picking the Bears on the money line, Drew.
I'm going to go with the Bears. The Steelers have the number 32nd rank, the dead last in pass defense. Aaron Rodgers is likely going to be out for a while with that fractured wrist and everything. I'm going with the Bears.
The Bears. Where is everybody today? Paul, everybody who didn't get a chance, put it. If you end up listening to this replay, go ahead and drop your picks this week in the chat to be eligible. That way I know, Otherwise, this is the easiest week to play. Everybody's out. Maybe they're watching the F1, Drew. Let's move along to the Patriots versus the Bengals. Patriots are doing incredible, Drew. They are a pretty sizable favorite, negative 250 on the money line. The Bengals come in at a plus 205 underdog. The spread, 5.5 points for New England Patriots. I think they easily cover the spread this week. This is a high-scoring game. Prediction for DraftKings, they think the over is going to be 51.5 points. Does that sound right to you? Patriots, Bengals put up that many points?
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm picking the Patriots. I wouldn't bet the game. I wouldn't touch it and everything, but I would take the money line with the Patriots.
I'm going to take the money line with you on that one as well. New York Giants versus the Lions. Giants versus the Lions. Drew, what do you think of how the Lions are progressing this part of the season? They now look like a wild card team.
The Giants, I think the Giants are still a long way to go. They're probably going to be in better shape than the Commanders next year as long-term future because they got younger. And who are they playing this week?
So it's going to be Lions versus the Giants, and they're a huge favorite. Detroit Lions are negative 550.
I'm taking the Lions. I'm going to take and I would probably take the spread.
All right, let's look at that spread. 10.5 points. You think they cover that?
Yeah.
Lions cover that, 10.5 points?
Yeah, I do. Fuck, I forgot how to spell corrupted.
Corrupted. What's good, Fonzie? Good to see you, man. Drop your picks, Fonzie. If you missed any picks, just put all your winners in the comment section. And if you're the only person playing this weekend and got all the picks, you'll automatically be the winner. Drop that. Says he's doing his Christmas shopping right now, man. It's never too early to start. In fact, I should have my tree up. I'm gonna definitely get my Christmas tree up in my office this weekend. All right, a big weekend in Las Vegas for sure, Fonzie. You're missing out. F1, we got F1. We got the Raiders versus Shedeur Sanders. We've got UNLV playing tomorrow night against Hawaii, Drew. That's for the Pineapple Bowl or Pineapple Trophy. Lots of stuff. 3-day concert, too, downtown in Las Vegas is popping this weekend. Popping. Let's move along. I was talking to my boy Speech. Drew, he says you still have an outstanding wager with him. But guess where he's at? He's on his way today. He left today to go see that Packers game in Minnesota. He will be attending there. Shout out to Speech, man. Vikings versus the Packers. Drew. That's a good division rivalry, right?
Yeah, but I don't think. Here's the thing. J.J. McCarthy is not the answer at quarterback. He's not. I'm so sorry, anybody that's a Vikings fan. I don't think he's the answer for you guys.
No, he's not. Speaking of Vikings quarterbacks, last week we saw Sam Darnold for Seattle Seahawks fall apart a bit. A ton of interceptions. Sam Darnold choked, took them to the playoffs, had a fantastic regular season. Sam Darnold ends up Seattle. They're in first place. Shout out to them. But the Vikings are the most interested team in San Francisco 49ers, Mac Jones. That sounds like it's one of the teams that Mac Jones might be traded to. They've had luck. Hey, they took Sam Darnold before and they went to the playoffs. They could very well snatch up Mac Jones at the end of the season and take him on board. It'll be it'll be the second San Francisco 49ers backup quarterback the Vikings take, Drew. I'll be interested in seeing that. Who got this game? Vikings or the Packers? Packers are favored 290, negative 290 plus 225 for the Vikings.
I'm going with the Packers. I really think the Packers defense is strong. And I just hope the offense can get on track.
Very interesting. I'm liking the Vikings in this upset this week. Vikings at home in Minnesota. I don't know, it's crazy. I know that other people here are very high on the Packers this year. I myself am not. I'm not sold on them. And I think the Vikings are due for one of these upsets. Shout out to Jefferson. I always like watching him play. This could be my big F up this week. Fonzie says he'll text them to me. Cool, man. Text those picks, and we'll put them in this week.
I done it.
All right, I'll look for that tweet after the show, Drew. Speaking of Sam Darnold, let's talk about Seahawks versus the Tennessee Titans. They've only won one game all year. This is the biggest point spread of the week. This game's at 10 a.m. on the Pacific Standard. They are in first place, Drew. Seahawks. How do you blow this game? Tennessee Titans have only lost one game. Again, Sam Darnold seems to have been kind of losing his mojo, though. They are favored. Let's see. The spread is 13.5 points. Negative 900. That might be the biggest spread of the week on the money line right there. Over 39.5 points. How do you blow this game? Sometimes it happens. But I got the Seahawks.
Give me the over.
You're going to take the over is, let me see here, 39.5 points. But if you had to bet the money line, who is it?
Seattle.
Fonzie's upset. Chargers are a disgrace, losing to the Jags in that manner. It was a tough loss to swallow, but like I was saying earlier, Fonzie, if you missed it, man, all of the 49ers losses, my team 49ers, they're aging well. The Jaguars have had some games where they look dominant. Trevor Lawrence has an explosive offensive game. Obviously, the Texans beating the Bills today. The Texans have the top-rated defense. They're aging well, some of the, and of course the Rams. I think the Rams could take the NFC West this year.
But look at it like this, Dave. When it comes, Jacksonville is going to have so many questions when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, if he's a long-term answer or not. Did they make a mistake in signing him to that big contract?
What about Travis Hunter?
He hasn't blown people away.
Nah, he's very mid. He's mid, but when he's on, he's on.
But like Travis Hunter, I'm sorry, I think they took him too high. I don't think he's a number 2 overall pick. Like you don't even know if you're going to play him as a receiver or a corner. You had to choose one. Like he's not going to be that dominant 1,000-yard receiver if you're going to have him playing corner too.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're going to have to figure some stuff out. But let's move on. Nobody thinks the Titans have a chance. Let's move on to Indianapolis Colts. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. Maybe they have the weakest schedule. Maybe that's why, but nobody, like you were saying, you didn't think the Colts were going to win this many games, and here they are. The underdog to Patrick Mahomes this weekend. Seriously? They say Mahomes hasn't lost 3 games in a row, either ever or in a very long time. I think they said ever. Therefore, the Chiefs are favored, negative 185 on the money line. Man, I saw that there's a potential that he may be asking for a trade, that Patrick Mahomes may be ready to leave and rebuild with a new team. And there are a lot of teams interested in taking Mahomes as their franchise quarterback. I don't think they win. I think he loses for the first time 3 games in a row. I don't think he has no momentum going into this game. But again, he's favored. Like Fonzie, I got the Colts.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs' defense is going to cause a lot of issues. It's going to make Daniel Jones do Daniel Jones things again. You got to look at it like this. Daniel Jones has had issues with elite defenses. I don't think the Steelers were elite, but the Steelers actually game plan perfectly against the Colts that day, and went away from what they usually play on defense, a single high safety, and decided to play more zone instead of man. And what happened? It confused David Jones. He threw picks. He held the ball for too long. He fumbled. I think this is this type of game that he's going to make mistakes with the ball, and it's going to cost him.
Well, we see if I eat my words on next Monday. I can never root for Patrick Mahomes, not until he leaves the Chiefs. Actually, ever. How about ever? I will never root for Patrick Mahomes. Unless he ends up on the 49ers. Unless he ends up on the 49ers someday.
Patrick Mahomes.
Unless he ends up on the 49ers. Nice.
You'll never root for Patrick Mahomes. And
Joe Montana. Remember, guys, Joe Montana did play for the Chiefs. Maybe he does end up on the 49ers.
He's retired.
What else you got?
Yeah, I got Adam Thielen. That he plays for the Vikings now. He's Carolina Panthers.
I forgot to tell Fonzie, if you're still listening, Fonzie, there is a contest that's coming up. We got a new contest, but we have in that corner an autographed Devin Haney glove. I'm sure you love Devin Haney. You saw him fight Lomachenko live. If Devin Haney wins, that glove is the signed glove of a 3-division world champion. We're going to figure out a contest because I don't know. It probably belongs in a real fight fan's man cave, not my boring ass man cave. But shout out to Vince who gifted that to me. He says if the Chiefs win, Drew and myself will go to a Taylor Swift concert.
Don't put me involved in that.
Let's move on.
I thought he was actually going to say we're going to a strip club on him, but nah, don't put me to a Taylor Swift concert.
Taylor Strip, yeah. Strippies, the Swifties. New York Jets. Huh?
What the hell is wrong with him doing that?
He's just playing, man. New York Jets versus the Baltimore Ravens. Will the Jets ever get themselves one of these easy wins? I don't know. 13.5 is the spread. That Baltimore Ravens got to cover 13.5 points plus 650 underdog. The Ravens are a whopping negative 1,000 favorite. You got to bet $1,000 to win $100 on this game. That's how bad things are going for the Jets. The Jets are actually one of the teams interested in Patrick Mahomes that I was just talking about. They're willing to spend big money if he wants to go over there.
They benched Justin Fields for Tyron Taylor. Here's the thing. I think the Ravens are going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be by much, because I don't think that I don't think the Ravens are not as good as they was in the past. But I will go with the Ravens.
All right, I'm going with the Ravens as well. All right, the next game I'm excited about, guys. Sunday, right here in Las Vegas, as F1 weekend wraps up. Shedeur Sanders, we got a first glimpse of him. They said he hadn't even played with the first receiving corps. He hadn't practiced with them. And anyway, he gets thrown into the game, Drew. It's his moment. It's finally halfway through the season. A lot of people wondered, Eddie, what?
And he fucks up.
It was pretty bad.
And he loses $200K because people robbed his house.
Oh yeah, by the way, that sucks. Yeah, there's a long history. I think Patrick Mahomes was involved in that. There's a lot of crime rings that are targeting athletes' homes when they know that the athletes are out of town, and he was indeed the victim of a robbery, a burglary in his house. But anyways, his debut wasn't very good. On top of that, he gets robbed. Drew, you mentioned that, man. 4 for 16, 47 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 13.5 passer rating, and 2 sacks taken. But here he is coming to Las Vegas. Will he be showing up with his entourage, with his camera crews? Drew, here's the thing. If even Lamb and Pickens of the Dallas Cowboys were seen partying till 7:30 in the morning at Red Rock, will Shedeur Sanders have the discipline that his father had to come to Vegas and get a good night's rest?
I don't know, man.
Both of these teams have 2 wins. 2 wins. Not to mention even Tom Brady, who had been part of his advisement team. I think Shedeur Sanders was, his daddy spent good money on Tom Brady helping to develop Shedeur. But the Raiders, they passed on Shedeur. Geno Smith looked absolutely awful this Monday night against the Dallas Cowboys, throwing interceptions, getting sacked. Geno Smith is probably no better than Shedeur Sanders. And Shedeur Sanders, it's his time to shine, Drew. Does he come to Vegas on Sunday and break the Browns curse? No Browns quarterback in their debut. I think they said in 17 years or 17 quarterbacks has won their first game. This will be his official first game.
I don't know. I'm going to pick the Browns to win this game. The Browns are the number 2 ranked defense.
That's crazy.
Being a 2-win team, they're the number 2 ranked defense.
How's that happen? They do have a good defense.
They're a really good fucking pass defense.
Who's their best? Is it Garrett? Who they got on?
But here's the thing, man. How the fuck? Like, I don't understand. Here's the thing. Their coach is an offensive-minded coach. And it's worse. Here's the thing. When it comes time to evaluate at the end of the season, they're going to look at you, the offensive coach. They're going to look at the head coach because you're an offensive guy. Your defense is ranked number 2. If you guys had a better offense, your guys probably would have been first place in the division. You guys would have been 8-2 probably.
Salute to Paul. Paul, if you weren't here earlier and you want to put all your picks, just go to DraftKings or any of the sites and pick all of your winners and leave your winners only put your winners in the comment section, and I'll enter you to win this week. There's still that $100 gift card, and so far it's just you and Fonzie playing along this week, so it's an easy opportunity to snatch up that win. He said he's got the Raiders, Drew. I'm going to agree with you. I think they're going to finally break that curse. As bad as his partial debut last week was for Shedeur Sanders, I think he's going to get into a groove a bit. And like you said, that defense is going to help. But I do think he gets tackled. I do think Crosby gets to him and sacks him. Yeah, that's probably, I'm going to be most interested in that game other than, that's probably a game I'll definitely be interested in watching most of it, if not all of it. Because it's right here in Las Vegas, man. We'll see how that game plays out. Let's move along now. Almost done for NFL Week 12. The Jags. Fonzie was just in here. He said he was disgusted and embarrassed by the Chargers for losing. They're playing NFC West, 4th place. Cardinals. I got to say, man, I'm going with Trevor Lawrence on this one right now. I don't like the fact that they benched you-know-who over at the Cardinals. Things have just gotten worse for the Cardinals. I'm going with the Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jaguars too.
And if you're interested in that game, let's see. The Jags are actually a slight favorite, -155, very slight favorite. Arizona Cardinals. The point spread is only 3. Jaguars only have to cover by a field goal.
Yeah, look at it like this. The Cardinals have gotten worse as the season progressed. The Cardinals are supposed to have a good defense this year with all the additions and everything. And it just wasn't the case. Early on, it looked like they were going to be a good defense. And they were going to somewhat contend a little bit, but then didn't. I think Jonathan Gannon will get fired at the end of the year. They haven't really, say anything if he's on the hot seat, but I think he's on the hot seat. I think his seat's getting warmer and warmer, and it's going to get ready to burst. And he might be getting fired after the season over.
They could very well. Now, I don't know where 7-2 Man Cave went, Drew, but this is your opportunity. But there are no Cowboys fans in here. A lot of people say that your team, the Philadelphia Eagles, that all the pressure is on them to perform this weekend, and that the Cowboys are due. This is their second time you guys are playing them this year. Let's look at the odds really quickly for your game. I'll definitely be watching this game. You guys have your point spread is 3. You guys are a slight favorite at -175. What do you say about the criticism your quarterback is recently getting that Jared Hurd is not playing to his prime? He's not putting up the points this year, but your defense is saving the team.
I'm going to explain to everybody one thing, and I'm going to say it right now. But first and foremost, the guy that reported Derek Gunn was let go 2 years ago from Comcast Sportsnet. Derek Gunn would do anything to get his job back and say anything. The Philly media, I'm going to tell you something, Philly media is so fucking toxic. No, I'm dead ass. It's so fucking toxic. It's one of the worst markets for media coverage. It's a shame that they'll look for a story. They look for anything, or they make up shit and everything. And this is an 8-2 team. But here's the thing. I'm going to say something right now. There's all these offensive struggles. I'm gonna say it. I watched tape. I watched interviews of AJ, Jalen, and like what I seen is the coordinator and the head coach. I blame it on them too, because you're trying to have a different philosophy on offense. And that's not them. That's not the players that you got. This is not the type of philosophy you need to have. If you got to look at it like this, they're trying to be more of a vertical offense. He wants to call a vertical offense. You don't got the personnel for a vertical offense. These guys' skill set does not evolve around being a vertical offense. This is a team. This is an offense that you slowly take apart a defense, who it is, as long as you can, get the nice passes, get the nice RPO in, run the ball, one inside, one in the middle. Jalen Hurts needs to get a straitjacket taken off of him and let him play his game. If you looked at the Rams game when they were down 26-7, the first two passes in the middle, one was a touchdown right to Dallas Goedert, perfect throw in the middle. Jalen wants to throw in the middle more. And you wonder what receiver benefits most from that? A.J. Brown, because that's how he can get his separation. That's how he can start getting it going and everything. Why are you having these vertical routes that take too long to set up and everything? Mm-hmm. And then you're compromising your offensive line too. Even though I think the offensive line is banged up, that's why the running game ain't kicking off the way it is. But Saquon has to start running the outside too. Say, yo, this isn't working. I gotta run outside.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And everything. So
I agree with you, Drew.
I believe it's this is a coaching issue, and if you gotta look at it from the X's and O's. This is mainly a coaching issue. You're not like I watched how Kellen Moore, the offense coordinator, Randy Eagles' offense, he set them up to get. You got to get your quarterback into a rhythm throwing the ball, first and foremost. What do? Short passes, slant passes, anything in that facility of 5 to 10 yards to get him into a rhythm, and then you start making the plays going on and everything. And it's just too goddamn predictable. And it's going to hurt this team eventually. And the only difference is between that and 2023, there's two differences. They were the number 8 ranked offense in 2023, even though people had a lot of questions about Brian Johnson. But this year, yeah, they got a bad offense. But here's the thing. They got a defense that's on the rise here, and they're potentially going to be a top 5 defense by the end of the year. They played like a top 5 defense.
Well, Drew, you're going to need it because Dallas Cowboys threw up a lot of points this Monday. Dak Prescott's offense is going. Do you think over 47.5 points or under?
Who did they play last week? Who did they play this past Monday, Dave?
Cowboys, they play the Raiders, the god-awful Raiders.
I think people need to start pumping the fucking brakes because that's the Raiders. That's the fucking Raiders. And you guys are getting fucking hype like you guys think you're going to a Super Bowl every year. And when this Sunday comes and those Eagles players, which are 5-0 since bringing back the Kelly Green jerseys, because that's what they're wearing Sunday, Kelly Green, they're undefeated wearing those jerseys. When they come to Dallas,
the house that Jerry Jones built,
and they just beat the living shit out of you, beat the living shit out of the Cowboys.
All right.
We're going to look at it and we're going to say, damn. When was the last time the Cowboys won in Dallas against the Eagles?
We need to get a Dallas fan on the phone here. But anyhow, Drew, what is the final score? What is the final score?
I was thinking 31-20, but you know what, man? I got to change my score. I don't think they're going to score 20 points now. I think Dak is going to turn the ball over. I think Dak is going to get sacked at least 3 times. I think they're going to be pressuring him all day. He's going to feel it like Jared Goff did. And it's going to cost him make a lot of mistakes.
So if they don't score 21 points, it's under 47.5 points.
Yeah, so I'll look at it like this. I think they're going to win 34. I'm going to go 34-16 Eagles. Here's the
50
thing.
points.
If everybody that watched this Eagles, that watched the Cowboys all year long, every time they played an elite defense, besides the Packers at home, but every time they played an elite defense, they haven't really looked too good, and they haven't scored that many points.
All right. There you have it. There, at least 3 sacks, guys. We're going to find out next week how it goes. The next two teams I could really care less about. They're at the bottom of the NFC South. Sorry if they're your teams, the Falcons and the Saints, Drew. Horrific records. Saints 2 wins, like the Las Vegas Raiders. Falcons 3-7. Let's see how tight this one is contested here, according to DraftKings. Plus 114 underdogs for the Falcons. New Orleans Saints are a negative 135 favorite. This is you could toss a coin on this one. You could toss a coin on this one. Again, guys, Atlanta Falcons, if you're playing along, let us know in the chat comments. Falcons or the Saints. Drew, I have the Saints edging this one.
I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Why not? Like I said, you could toss a coin.
I'm going to take the money line with the Falcons.
So the next game prior to Monday Night Football is very important. Paul says he's got the Saints. All right, awesome. Very important game because, like I said, the Buccaneers, that's a loss on the 49ers records that has aged well, but they've dropped 2 in a row, Drew. And Baker Mayfield looks like, I don't know, he looks like he's playing kind of injured, like maybe he's dealing with some type of injuries. Losing 2 in a row, I would say that I would heavily favor the Buccaneers. I want them to win. I need them to win as a 49er fans. I need them to beat the LA Rams, but the LA Rams are on a 6-game win streak. Let's look at the odds. Rams versus the Buccaneers. The Rams are a negative 325 favorite. 6.5 point spread. Over and under is 49.5 points. I'll say Devontae Adams has made a fantastic addition to the receiver corps. Both him and Pakua are just unstoppable. But can Baker Mayfield and his team turn this around as the underdogs and beat them?
No, they got too many injuries. He hasn't had these top receivers in weeks. And surprisingly, he has a winning record. I think the Rams are going to apply pressure on dying pressure all game long. And Stafford's going to attack that secondary.
Now, I like the underdog pick for the Bucs, but Drew, you've pointed out some really good. They got a lot of injuries. That is the issue.
It could be a shootout.
Could be a shootout. It remains to be seen. I'm going with Paul, man. I feel like the Rams, they got to slow down. They can't take this division. I can't root for them, but I'm going to probably get this one wrong. We're split on this one, Drew. The Rams are the better team right now. I got you down. I'm going with the Buccaneers, even though I'll probably lose that bet. Now, if the Buccaneers lose, Drew, they'll fall to 6-5. And it really matters in the NFC South because should the Bucs lose and the Carolina Panthers with Bryce Young upset the San Francisco 49ers next Monday Night Football, we're on primetime, baby. San Francisco 49ers are the negative 375 favorite against the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young put up 400 yards. Carolina Panthers aren't the laughing stock of the NFL anymore. They're one of those teams, Drew. They're just like a game away from taking first place. Buccaneers have lost 2 in a row. Panthers have put up some huge numbers last week. This is a game where the 49ers offense is going to have, it's going to be a shoot. There's going to be a lot of points on the board because I don't think the 49ers can withhold Bryce Young from putting up a lot of points. So let's look at the over-under. This is going to be a high-scoring game, whoever wins this game. It's not like the 49ers defense, hobbled defense, is going to stop Bryce Young's offensive prowess. Over 49.5 points. I like that. I think this is going to be one of those games. 49ers just put up, 40 points with Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
But there is a big issue. Let me make sure I play this here on Twitter, Drew. 49ers lost their kicker last week. Eddie Pinheiro. I think they picked him up. He missed a kick, like something was wrong with him. And then the second kick, they tackled him and slammed him. And Eddie Pinheiro, who's been fantastic after replacing Jake Moody, he got hurt.
I'm going to go to
Monday morning,
49ers.
and then getting released and then flying to Utah, and then flying Utah to here. It's been a lot of travel, but blessed, grateful to have this opportunity. That
is Matt Gay, who the 49ers had to sign this week. That's right, Matt Gay. You've probably seen him around before. He played in that Madrid European game, and then he was, I guess, the Commanders cut him also. And now the 49ers have picked him up as a replacement kicker for Eddie Pinheiro. I don't know how good he is. I really honestly don't know how good he is, but it's going to matter. It always matters. It comes down to, extra points being kicked. 49ers have recently had some deflected. It's becoming an issue. I'm not sure what's going on there. But also, Eddie Pinheiro is very reliable for long field goals, and I have no idea how good Matt Gay is going to be. And you just heard him there, Drew. Who do you got? You said the 49ers? Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Paul put all his picks back in there. We'll make sure you get those in there. 702 Man Cave, and Fonzie said he would put them in there. We're going on to week 12 to see who is the winner. Again, there's a $100 gift card on the line. That's all the games, Drew. NFL week 12. We should come back on Monday night to do our regular boxing show. After, I think, the fourth quarter wraps up, 8 o'clock-ish, the 49ers versus, Carolina Panthers. It matters, guys. Carolina could end up in first place, and if the 49ers win, they're still, at best, in second place, depending on how the Seahawks and Rams games play out. It was a pleasure to have everybody. Remember, guys, I have... we did a live stream earlier, and I also created that into a video, so help me out and drop a comment or a like on that, and at least click on it so we can get some more people exposed to that new show we're doing over at Vince's 702 Man Cave's house. Drew, we got a contest coming up for the Shoe Shine period. This one's going to be really cool. We're coming up with a new name for that second show.
Got it.
Because the Shoe Shine is kind of our show. Submit your name for that secondary show. All right, you got it. Don't reveal it yet. The winner of that naming contest is going to get a signed Emiliano Vargas boxing glove. Emiliano Vargas just fought Spain. It's a nice little gift if you're a boxing fan. He's going to get it.
Okay, send me the glove.
Send you the glove. Has this. There's a Devin Haney glove up too.
Fuck the Devin Haney glove.
Did you see Devin Haney's dad going crazy? Let me end the show with this. Thank you so much, SB. SB, if you want to play along with that game, we're trying to name a new show. So drop your submission for the new show. AJ versus Jake Paul. That's definitely coming up. We'll talk about that next week. I wanted to show you, because I said, we're going to be gifting away this Devin Haney glove. What did you think about this stare-off at the press conference today, Drew? Check this out.
You know what? I'm going to take the glove. I'm going to say this is a guy that sued his way back to Zobek.
Devin Haney looked nervous to you? The last time I seen somebody dance this much at a stare-off, that's Devin Haney and the champion, Norman, just still. I think that was Jared Anderson, who danced around and did every dance move possible when Bacoli ended up knocking him out. So I hope that's not the case, but it is boxing. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that was here tonight. I'm Dave in the 702 Philly Irish. Until next Monday, we'll see you then. Peace.